All right, students, welcome back. Today we get to start writing our argumentative text. Before I get too crazy far into this, your topic, I know you guys are all wondering and you're curious. Your topic is, do mobile devices really improve our lives? So you need to, or make our lives better. So do mobile devices really improve our lives, or / do mobile devices really make our lives better? So you need to choose a side. Yes, mobile devices make our life better. No, mobile devices do not make our life better. And we're going to work through a little bit of this outline so we can get started. So here we go. Writing an argumentative text. Your audience, I'm going to highlight some stuff so it'll help you guys out a little bit, okay? I'm going to choose green because it was a pretty color. So your audience, right? Well, maybe it's going to work. It's not going to work for me, y'all. That's okay. Your audience, obviously the word audience is there, but your audience is going to be your teacher. So if you wanted to go ahead, put your teacher's name in that box, your audience is going to be your teacher. And then you need to make your claim. Remember, whenever we're making a claim, we are telling our reader which side of the issue we are on and which side we're arguing. So your claim is either going to be something that has to do with mobile devices improve our lives, or something to do with mobile devices do not improve our lives, or make our lives better. So that's kind of that. So you need to decide which side of the argument are you on. So your audience is your teacher, and then you need to come up with your claim, which that's basically just stating which side of the argument you are on. And then we've got to list some evidence. We've got to put some evidence in this box down below. And I've gone through and done a little bit of research and found a few sources for you. We'll post them into Schoology. Those would be some great, credible sources that you can use on whether mobile devices improve our lives or not. I do not tell you which side of the issue that source supports. So that is for you to look into and figure out. I'm going to ask that you have at least 2 to 3 sources. You need to have 2 to 3 sources of where you get your information from. It would almost make sense to have at least 3, because you have 3 different reasons that you need to give. So I would say 1 source per reason would be a good thing to aim at. And you need to make sure you cite that source each time you use it. So here we are on the first page. That means we've gotten our audience right here. Remember, the audience is your teacher. Put your teacher's name right there. Please do not write your teacher. Put your actual teacher's name right there. It's going to be Miss Stone, Miss York, Miss Bolden. One of our names is going right here. You've got your claim. You've decided which side of the issue you're on. You've got some evidence. You've listed your sources, and you have found which pieces of evidence you're going to use. So this box under evidence is not just for listing your sources. You need to go ahead and research those sources a little bit and give me what it is that you're going to be using in your paper. Kind of get the groundwork out of the way before we get to writing the bulk of the paper, so you don't have to stop your thought process. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of research and finding those pieces. We're going to scroll down a little bit. Possible opposing claims. So you do need to get those possible opposing claims. Think, what would the person who's going to argue against me say? And why? So you do need to begin to think about the other side as well. So this first page is just kind of the cheat sheet page, if you will. It gets your ideas out there and going. So why don't you go ahead, pause the video, and look at those resources and get some evidence written down. You don't have to completely choose which ones you're going to use right now, but you do need to have evidence written down in that page, in that box. And completing this page will be a grade for you guys, and completing it correctly. So you need to make sure that you do this front page, just quick at a glance of your paper, correctly. So go ahead, pause this video. I'll give you about, come back to me in a little bit, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we'll get started on the next part. So go ahead, take a minute and pause. All right, students, welcome back from getting that little brainstorm process going. So you should have completed the first page. You should have your audience down. You should have your claim. You should have your evidence, and you should have possible opposing claims or opposing views. So we're going to move on to the second page, title of essay. This is going to be your topic. That's the easiest way to title it. Do mobile devices really improve our lives or make our lives easier? Author, that's you. Put your name here, first, last, and class period. I say that one more time. The author is you. Put your first and last name and your class period in this box. Paragraph 1, this is where you state your claim and why it's important. So, but we're not just gonna jump into that. Remember yesterday's Nearpod and how it had you step by step put everything together for your introduction. I'm also gonna show you something that might help out just a little bit. Hold on, give me just a second. All right, I am hoping that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. We're gonna find out. So here we go. Excuse me, choked over dinner. So organizing your argument essay, this should look familiar. We did this whenever we took our notes at the very beginning of this unit. We looked at this piece. And so what I want to pay attention to is right here where it talks about the lead or the hook. Hook is another word that we could use for this. And there are 6 different ways that you can do it. So your introduction is going to start with a hook. This is the thing that keeps your reader interested. It makes them want to continue reading. So you can do this one of 6 different ways. Those 6 different ways are in front of you on your screen. You can use a quote from a famous person, not your Aunt Susie or Grandma Joe. It has to be a famous person. You need to put it in quotes and you need to give them credit. You can use a strong statement. You can ask a question. You can have an unusual detail. You can use a surprising statistic, or you can have an anecdote, a brief story that you tell. So you need to pick one of these. They're usually about a sentence long, maybe a little bit more, especially if it's a good quote. So they might be 1 to 2 sentences, but you need to pick one of these 6 ways to start your introduction. From there, after you pick one of those and you write it, you're going to introduce your issue. This means that you're briefly explaining the issue and any controversy surrounding the argument. You give a little bit of background information, but you are not stating your opinion yet. Do not tell us your position. Okay? So you're going to introduce the issue on if cell phones enhance our lives or not, or mobile devices, not just cell phones, but mobile devices, if they enhance our lives or not. But you're not going to tell us which side you belong to. You're not going to tell us if you think they help or you think they hurt. Don't tell us that yet. That doesn't come until the next sentence. The third part of your introduction is where you state your claim. This is the thesis statement. And in short, it's a promise to the reader that the essay will address the argument and prove the claim. So you're stating your claim here. it may help to use one of the following keywords to form your thesis. Use reasons, benefits, advantages, or disadvantages. Now, we have to be very, very careful here. Please do not state, I believe, I think, I feel. These are fantastic opinions, but you are trying to prove something to be true, and so you don't want it to be a fantastic opinion. Try using one of those words that are listed: reasons, benefits, advantages, or disadvantages. Okay? Okay, so that's our introduction. So we're using one of these 6 things at the top: a quote, a strong statement, a question, an unusual detail, a statistic, or an anecdote. Pick one, not all 6, pick one. Use it. You cannot use the example that's written on the page in front of you. It's a total different topic. Pick one of those. It should at least be a sentence. Then you introduce the issue, but you don't give your position yet. You're gonna give us a little bit of background knowledge. You're going to possibly introduce any controversy. And then you give us your claim. This is also your thesis statement. So that's your introduction. Okay, that's what I want you to get through today. This paragraph 1 right here, in this box, it tells us state your claim and explain why it's important. You do all of that if you follow the steps that I just gave you. You're going to put those in this box. Follow the steps I just gave you, put it in this box. It might help you to think of it like this. This outline has it laid out a little bit different. Your hook, one of those 6 things, introducing the issue, and then your thesis statement and claim. Okay, this is gonna go all in this box right here. All right. That's as far as I want you to get today. That's a lot for us to cover. So let's recap really fast. We're gonna start up here on page 1. You've given me your audience. This is either Miss Stone, Miss York, or Miss Bolden. Our name is going here. Your claim, you're telling me which side of the issue you're on. Do cell phones benefit our lives? Do mobile devices benefit our lives? Enhance our lives, whichever word you want to look at. You're stating your claim, your position in this claim box. You've got evidence listed. You've gone in, you've researched it. You took your claim, the point that you're trying to prove, and you have found evidence to back up that claim. You've got at least 3. Please have more, but I want you to at least have 3, okay? Then your possible opposing claims. You need to acknowledge that there is another side. Give me the possibilities. You don't have to narrow it down yet. Pick a couple that you could possibly talk about. So we took some time to research that evidence. And then we came down to this next page, title of your essay. That's the topic that you're writing about. The author, you've put your first and last name in your class period in that box. And then paragraph 1, we've been over this. It's got your hook. Then you introduce the issue. Then you give us your claim statement that includes your thesis. All right, students, if you have a question, ask your teacher. We're here to help you, okay? Shoot us a Schoology message, an email, hop on Zoom. We are here to help.